What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuck Rule Takes, episode 132.
Attaboy.
Of Tuck Rule Take. The whole time I'm coming on, I'm like, I gotta remember the episode. It's like the one thing I gotta remember is the episode.
And you failed miserably. Congratulations. Good job.
I got it. I got it out. That's all that matters. I got it out. I got it in. I got it all. Yeah. So what's up, everybody? You will notice there are just two people here today. It's Mike, Big Al, Liam, no longer with us. Florida has taken him. He is down.
Pretty much.
Where did he say he was?
Did he say he didn't say Tampa? Did he? Orlando?
No. It was some sort of beach. You know what?
Clearwater, maybe.
How about that? Let's real time find out where Liam is. Liam is. Oh my God! So I can't find. Oh, South Beach.
Yeah,
he's in South Beach. There.
Oh yeah, the Miami Heat. That makes sense. Jimmy Butler fan makes sense
because he's not a Patriots fan. He's not a New England.
He's not a Boston sports fan. He just can we get that on the record and official, please?
I don't know why he's here. I have no idea why he's here. Not a clue. But anyways, Al, you are here with me. I'm pumped. I just finished watching the Tom Brady doc. So that's pretty. No, not Tom Brady doc. The Tom Brady roast. So that's basically going to be what this episode is. But a couple housekeeping things to start. First and foremost, check out this fucking mechanical arm I have for my microphone. I brought it up to you, Al, beforehand. I like it. Look at all the range of motion I have. I can step back. I can step forward. I can get really deep into the mic. I can get back. I can do this shit and kind of go across the mic. I can do all these.
You have a standing desk basically with a microphone. Congratulations. Good job.
Goddamn right I do. Goddamn right I do. So yeah, I'm happy about that standing desk. A lot of room for activities if I want. You don't even know what's going on down here. I could have people down here. You don't know.
That'd be really concerning, and I would have so many more questions about you than I already do. But again, that's your business.
Also, Bruins are playing tonight. We're gonna have a nice crisp episode. As you can see, Bruins hat, special hat, definitely a special hat. Bruins gotta win, play in Florida, big series. Fuck Florida. They're the Ameritank, whatever the hell their arena is called. Yeah. I went there. Getting out of that parking lot is horrible. It's just one giant parking lot. And just imagine hundreds of people just leaving a parking lot. It's horrible.
It is. Real quick, before we get into the Patriots stuff, I have a question for you.
What's your question for me, sir?
So I would say you're more of a Bruins fan than a Celtics fan. Is that fair to say?
They edge them out, but yeah. I would say so.
Did you think in Game 7, with everything that happened last year and everything that happened this year, when they went down 1-0, did you think the season was over like I did?
1,000%, bro. Not a shot. After the game, like I literally looked to my wife and I said, so now that we're in the trust tree, can I say, didn't think we were going to win tonight.
No
didn't
chance.
Think that at all. No, not a chance. Like, and especially how it started, like everything. I'm like, Jesus Christ, 3-1. We come back, like they come back. Everything's set up. It's like you gotta. It was Jack Edwards, the announcer. His last game was Game 6, so it's like we gotta, we're gonna win the cup this year for him. And I'm like, we're gonna get fucking bounced again by the goddamn Maple Leafs. And like of all the teams, it had to be the Maple Leafs. But no, we did end up winning, so I was happy about that.
And you were the only one. Credit to you. You were the only one on the Twitter machine where I said on Twitter, they're really going to do it, aren't they? And then I quote tweeted myself and said, "No, Al, you big dumb, all in capital letters." And you liked that, so you're the only one that saw it, and you're the only one that kept it accountable. So credit to you.
Oh, that's fine. I was like, this man has more balls than I do because I'm not even going to tweet during this game because I don't even want to like be a part of it. Do you understand how frustrating? And by the way, we are going to get into the Tom Brady thing. Like, I don't think there's too much to talk about it. So this is a little bit of a freestyle episode here at the beginning. I want to ask you something, Al. Speaking of freestyle, are you into rap or hip hop at all? Have you been seeing what's going on with Kendrick Lamar and Drake?
So I've loosely seen it. Like, I haven't gotten into the details. I know based on your Twitter interaction, guaranteed you interact with everything on Twitter, but especially with the Kendrick and Drake stuff. It seems to me like, now correct me if I'm wrong, because you know more about this than I do. What was the initial trigger to this? Was there like some sort of shot that was thrown by one of them to the other? What started this whole thing? Educate me.
Yeah, no, I got you. And I definitely do, just because I do love rap. Pretty much, like, if you have any questions about like Marvel superhero stuff or rap, I'm your guy. Exactly. And sports, obviously, that's why we're here.
Yes. And to answer your question, yes, I do listen sometimes to rap and hip hop.
I figured. But just to paraphrase, obviously, we don't need to do a whole episode on hip hop, even though I would love to, but we're not going to. Drake and Kendrick Lamar, basically, they have been throwing shots at each other for like 10 years. Just like subtle jabs, like things like, like in a song, you have metaphors, all that fun stuff. People are like, are they talking about each other? I think they are. Kendrick Lamar had his Control verse. I don't know if you recall this, but he was on a song with Big Sean. He basically talked shit about everybody, telling every rapper, he's like, I want to make sure your core fans have never heard of you, all that stuff. But it was all on like some, rap, like, competition stuff. They then asked Drake about it a couple weeks after that. Mind you, this is like 10 years ago. Drake was like, kind of like belittling him. Oh, that's cute. He's kind of like, the flavor of the month, that type of thing. And Kendrick Lamar took that to heart. Fast forward now up to this. Drake is now seen as this goat in rap. Huge thing. I have an issue with that, but he is just seen as like one of the greatest of all times. Him, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. They're seen as the big three right now, right? Like Celtics, okay. Big three, Miami Heat, all that stuff. Big three.
Right. Okay.
It starts where Drake and J. Cole were on a song called First Person Shooter. They wanted to have Kendrick Lamar on the song. Kendrick Lamar said, nah, not going to do it. They did the song anyways. In the song, J. Cole and Drake are, rapping with each other. We're the best. It's the Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake. That's one of J. Cole's lines. Drake also says, J. Cole says K. Aubrey and me. K. is Kendrick Lamar. Aubrey is Drake's real name, and J. Cole. So he calls himself the big three, right? It's all this stuff, we're the top guys. Future comes out with an album, like a month after or something like that. Has a feature with Kendrick Lamar on it. It's called Like That. The song is a banger. If anybody wants to listen to it, it is an amazing song. It's been number one. It's broken records for how long it's been number one on like streaming and all that stuff. In that song, Kendrick Lamar takes shots, a bunch of shots at Drake and J. Cole. Basically, he says, fuck sneak this in, all that stuff, like first person shooter. I hope they came with 3 switches. I hope they have a lot of guns to take care of me, all that. Then he says, motherfuck the big three. It's just big me. That was the line kind of that started. There were a bunch of other things. So
right.
J. Cole comes out, has his little diss. I don't know if you heard this. J. Cole came out with a diss. A couple days later, apologized for the diss at one of his concerts and took the diss off streaming. And everybody was like, bro, and J. Cole's been talking for like months for his album rollout that he'll have smoke with anybody, all that. You finally get Kendrick Lamar, who's like one of the GOATs right now, coming out. And you're like, oh, no, I don't want it. So J. Cole bowed out. So everybody was like, oh, my God, why J. Cole bow out? Drake is on tour. So people are like, oh, what's he going to do? Probably not going to say anything. He comes back with a song called Push-Ups, basically talking about how Kendrick Lamar is short, taking shots at a bunch of other people too. Rick Ross, Future, The Weeknd. Shout out Josie, by the way, Cowboys fan. She likes The Weeknd. But just a bunch of shots at everybody, right? Calling Kendrick Lamar short, everything. Kendrick Lamar doesn't respond. And then Drake's like, what the hell? So Drake does this crazy thing. He makes a diss track using Tupac's AI voice and Snoop Dogg's AI voice to send shots at Kendrick, which is weird because if you know anything about rap, Tupac seen as like one of the GOATs, but from the West Coast, Tupac is a god. The way that Patriots fans saw Tom Brady, that's how Tupac is seen over at the West Coast. No one really liked that. Kendrick Lamar obviously got under his skin, whatever. So at the end of that song, Drake's like, drop, like, let's go. That was the whole thing in Push-Ups. It was like, drop, and give me 50. He's talking about like behind the scenes stuff, all this.
Right.
So it's like 2 weeks. Kendrick Lamar comes out with a track called Euphoria. And I tell anybody to listen to this Euphoria song because it is one of the greatest songs and greatest diss songs I've ever heard. There's 3 beat switches. There's double, triple, quadruple, quintuple entendres in there. If you like that stuff, it's awesome. In that song, Kendrick Lamar goes back to back. You didn't he says like that. You didn't like that record. Talking shit about it. Then he talks about going back to back. Drake went back to back on a diss way back with another rapper. So what does that mean? Kendrick Lamar came out with, boom, another diss 2 days later called 616 in LA. 616, a bunch of things. 616 is Father's Day in Canada. Kendrick's been calling Drake a shitty father. 616 is Tupac's birthday. Obviously, the Tupac stuff, a bunch of other stuff. They're going back and forth. Eventually, it gets to the point where we're at now. Kendrick Lamar is accusing Drake of pedophilia, of
I
liking
did
little
see that
girls,
today. Yeah.
which if you've paid attention to Drake, he has moved kind of creepily. He has the text or the relationship with Millie Bobby Brown, or friendship with Millie Bobby Brown. She was 14, he was 31. He was texting her, giving her boy advice, saying, "I miss you so much." All that stuff. Kind of weird. What does a 31-year-old have to? What do I have to talk to a 14-year-old about? Nothing.
Correct.
Not a goddamn
Correct.
thing. All that, and then he talks about Kendrick Lamar put out one of the most scathing diss tracks called Meet the Grams. Aubrey Graham, that's Drake's name. In that song, he writes a letter to Adonis, Drake's son. Drake, you're a deadbeat dad. Your dad's a piece of shit, whatever. When you're 18, come talk to me. I'll raise you. Writes in the same thing, writes a letter to his mom, his dad. You raised a piece of shit son. People like him should die. Him and Epstein should be hung in their cell. All this kind of stuff. Kendrick reveals, maybe not, we don't know for sure, that Drake has a daughter that he's neglecting. Drake then says, that Kendrick Lamar beats his wife or hit his fiance a couple of times. She has a kid with one of his bodyguards, all this stuff, a bunch of other stuff. But that's what's going on. Drake came out with a diss track last night, basically waving the white flag. People are, it's like not great. Basically, his defense is, if I did stuff with little girls, don't you think I'd be caught by now? And then he said, like, I'm too famous. I'm too famous to do that. So it's one of the he said, she said things, but that is what rap beef is. But whatever, that's your Cliff Notes part. So we're all waiting for Kendrick Lamar to drop his, like, kind of, scorched earth track. I basically brought this up to say I'm team Kendrick Lamar. That's all. I just want that out there.
Fair enough. Okay.
Love Kendrick Lamar. Lyrics, he's got an album coming out too. Just very good stuff. Drake is good, but bro, you're not a rapper. In my eyes, you're not a pure rapper, but whatever. It is what it is. So that is Talking Hip Hop with Mike and Al. Hope you learned some stuff. Maybe next episode we'll talk more. Who knows? But before we get into the roast, we got to bring up one tiny stupid little thing about the Patriots. They officially released Nathan Rourke, quarterback. If anybody doesn't know who he is, I don't blame you if you don't know who he is. Al, thoughts of releasing the great Nathan Rourke?
I mean, just another horrific move by the New England Patriots. I mean, they're letting go of one of the greatest journeyman quarterback ever. He's probably going to resign toward the later part of the year. That's how good he is. I mean, the one thing that came out of this that I saw on Twitter, I'll just mention this real quick. People actually think that Joe Milton's going to get cut before training camp and everything.
Oh yeah, what?
No. Bailey Zappe's going to be cut next because the future does not have Bailey Zappe in it. It is Drake May. It is Joe Milton backing up for the next year or two. Jacoby Brissett's the mentor, and that's your direction that you're going in. Stick with that direction. You don't need Zappe anymore. Let him go be a backup somewhere else. He's not needed as a fourth quarterback. You don't keep Joe Milton. First of all, we're probably going to lose a member of this podcast. And second of all, it's going to be one of the dumbest things that the Patriots will have done in the Gerard Mayo era. Why get a second quarterback when you think you need it, you get it, and then you get rid of him? That would be a move that would just be crazy to me.
Dumb.
Wow.
No,
insanely dumb.
No, doesn't make sense. Joe Milton is going to be the third quarterback. Eventually, Bailey Zappe will be gone, obviously. Let these guys go compete for starting jobs or go be backup somewhere else. No need for you to be here. Not that I think having Bailey Zappe here is going to cause any sort of friction with Drake May or Joe Milton if he ends up being, or Jacoby Brissett even, or whatever. But no, just get him out of here. Clean the room out, which is what we said, I think, right after the season ended last year. Just get everybody out and move on. That's what they're going to do. So yeah, Nathan Rourke, cool while you were here, I guess. I don't know, but hopefully you can go fight for a job somewhere else. So, so long, my friend, and goodbye. One thing I've noticed, you see how I blend in with this wall? I'm very white.
Yeah, you are. You are. That was one of the first things that I noticed about you. Liam went for the height. I went for how pale you were. Damn. So, I mean, just a couple of notches in your belt, but you know what? Nobody's perfect. You got your flaws just like we all do.
Yeah, I live in Florida, though. I feel like I should be tanner. Yeah, but this is not great. Like if I lean against this wall, you wouldn't see me, except for my hat. But okay, let's get into why we're here. Tom Brady roast aired. I did not want to watch it. I think I told all you guys that. Al, you were probably planning on watching it. I believe we even said, or that you were thinking about it and everything.
Yeah.
I ended up watching it one so we could, talk about it today. And then two, once I saw that Bill Belichick was there, like we said last time, I was at least going to watch that. I watched pretty much everybody. I skipped over Two Guys in a Cave. Unpopular opinion. I don't find Bert Kreischer that funny. I don't know, just is what it is. Skipped over them. I skipped over Sam, that other the other comedian, the woman.
Yeah.
And then I skipped over someone else too. Oh, Ron Burgundy. Why can we just right off the top?
Why the need to have him? What relevance does Will Ferrell's Ron Burgundy character have anything to do with Brady? Is it because Brady, like, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Brady grow up? I know he grew up in San Mateo. Is that anywhere near San Diego? Like, I don't know my California geography. So. I probably should.
I don't even know states. You think I know cities? No, I don't think so. Even if it is, why do we keep bringing this Ron Burgundy character back, by the way? Like,
I don't know. He wasn't even that funny. He's just like, oh, Tom, you are ever so handsome. Oh, focus. You're supposed to insult him. Like, come on. Like that was a bottom 3 act of the night.
Yeah. Yeah, no, to me, and I think that's another thing we should do, kind of rank the people that we saw. But yeah, Ron Burgundy, to me, that was like a flash in the pan, like Anchorman, kind of like a cult thing, even though a lot of people liked it, but it was like a cult classic. It was like a stupid, funny movie, but it was good. But like, let the character die. Like, why is he? I don't like Will Ferrell alone, kind of hit or miss with me. A lot more hits, but I don't like the humor where you're kind of like yelling a lot and like doing that. Like that kind of runs thin with me. But Ron Burgundy, dude, get out. That's my other question. Why do we have people at this roast that don't know? Like, I understand maybe you got to have like one comedian, but even then, no, why can't we just have people that know Tom or that have played with Tom or whatever? Like, I would rather have Kim. I would have rather given the time that we gave to some of these comedians to Kim Kardashian, if we're being honest. Like, at least she had some sort of connection. Like, the rumors, everybody thought they were dating.
But even so, Mike, like, and I get that. And people were like, well, why is Kim K in this? Yes, because there are rumors of dating. She went up there for a minute and a half. She was robotic as can be. And by the way, and I know we'll talk about this, but a little foreshadowing, when Brady had his turn and threw a joke at her, she looked like she had wanted no part of it. And it's like, again, it's a roast.
Oh, see, I feel differently. Dude, okay. I think she I'm just fucking with the lights on this camera, but I got a new camera. I got a new arm stick. I got a desk that stands up, sits down. I can jump on the desk. I can put people under the desk. I think what this did, dude, Kim Kardashian, I feel for her, man. The way everyone just like goes, it's like, oh my God. What's the thing? So she released a sex video. If she did that now, it would be a drop in the bucket. Just the fact that she was like one of the first ones to do it. And like, I know obviously like the family is annoying and it's annoying because like, why are they famous? But like, bro, I would take that fame for like doing what they do. But like, whatever, that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to defend Kim Kardashian, but I think she did the best she could. She took it. I think at that point when Brady was throwing the little jab at her, she was probably done. Like, she's probably like, bro, why am I even still here?
The look in her face said it all. It's like, how do you not expect a Kanye reference to be thrown in there? I mean, come on.
Take me out the back. Come on.
Let me ask you this, Mike. Did you see the very beginning of the roast?
Yeah. I watched the beginning. Yeah, all that. What's up?
Did you think that after the first shot, or actually here, I'm gonna ask this question first. What were you expecting coming into the roast before you watched a second of it? What were your thoughts that were going to happen?
I thought that Kevin Hart was going to be kind of like PC Kevin Hart, which, by the way, I'm a big Kevin Hart guy. I know that's like a lot of people are kind of turned on him, but I like him. I thought we were going to get kind of a little boring jokes, maybe some risque jokes with him. I thought it was going to be like kind of softball things, maybe things we've heard before, even if they things we haven't heard before, but just like recycled jokes or whatever. That's what I thought. I will tell you, I didn't expect to be as entertained as I was. That's what I'll say.
Okay. And did you think like me after the first shot that was taken at Tom about Giselle, that you were like, holy shit, like this is going to be actually pretty good. Because
Yeah,
I
because
got that
who
feeling
started
right
it?
after.
Jeff.
It was Kevin Hart. He was the one that came out with the first
Okay.
shot at
Yeah.
Brady.
Yeah. So he did. So I thought that we might get like one or two Giselle jokes. Almost everybody told the Giselle joke except for Tom. Actually, kind of Tom. But yeah, I would that immediately. That's when I was like, oh shit, like hold up, we're doing this, like we're going all in. So I was immediately drawn in by that, which was good. But yeah, I definitely didn't expect it. You talk about the opening. I liked just the quick thing with Belichick, Bledsoe, and Brady.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a
when Bledsoe
good little
came
way to
up,
start it.
yeah, that was cool. That was cool. But yeah, and then Kevin Hart kind of opened. What'd you think of him opening up? Because I know you said that you were a fan of Kevin Hart, but
I
you think he did it well?
I think anything Kevin Hart does, he does an amazing job. The thing about Kevin Hart that's so good is his delivery and his timing. Like the way he delivers the
Perfect.
jokes, and it's just perfect timing every
Yep.
time. He just knows how to do it. And one thing that I didn't expect, I don't know about you, but one thing I didn't expect was how many inappropriate, like in this day and age, inappropriate jokes. I mean, let's
Julian
just get
Edelman.
Julian Edelman getting in there talking about Jewish people. We got Aaron Hernandez jokes that were getting thrown out left and right, which by the way, I don't know if you saw this, but Hernandez fiance,
Yeah.
Shayana, is that how you say it?
Yeah. I think I've heard it
Shayana
said a bunch of
Jenkins.
times. I forget.
Yeah, she was not happy about the jokes, which I understand in a way. Like I get
Totally
it.
get that.
That's
But
completely
also, dude.
understand.
But also, your fiance, kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Kind of a piece of shit. You don't want to speak ill of the dead, but there
I
are
know
some comments that can
it's
be made. So like that was the thing. Where like even though I don't think that that's an off limit thing. Just like if you were to make jokes about like OJ, because I think if you're making jokes about people who have killed people in like pop culture, like that type of thing, I
yeah.
think those jokes are good. And I'll say this about every single topic: you can joke about anything, but it has to be funny. And I think the majority of the jokes about Aaron Hernandez, maybe even all of them, I think they were all funny, especially Brady's at the end. But I thought that they were all good.
There were a couple people I was disappointed about. Before I mentioned
Ooh.
that, real quick before that, Tony Hinchcliffe, one of the comedians. Oh my
Never
god!
heard of him.
Like
Never heard of him up until today.
I never did either. He was just boom, ba boom, ba boom. It was like
Yep.
it was literally like fastest 2 minutes. He just went.
Yep.
And he was going after everybody. He went after Brady. He went after Gronkowski. He went after Edelman, Belichick, all of the comedians. Kevin Hart. It was like, oh
Yep.
my god, this dude is actually hilarious.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
was.
I mean, he was good. He reminds me of like your comedian nowadays. That's like quick witted. They're quick. They do some like purposeful, risque things and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, no, I agree. But up until tonight, I don't know about you. I've never heard of him up until tonight. And
Oh,
that's
I
not a slight,
hadn't.
just
No, I hadn't either. But the credit to him, he came and he delivered
yeah.
with his jokes. So you asked me, who do I think kind of didn't do well?
I want to know.
If I had to pick like three, Randy Moss didn't really impress me.
I was just thinking that, man, because like it
He was
was
just like,
funny at times, but I think the ring joke that was because that was pretty much his like 90% of his thing. Like, give
yeah,
me your like who has the ring. That grew thin to me. Like that.
it
That was
did.
a little.
And he's like, why the hell did, and obviously I'm paraphrasing, but
Yeah.
why the hell didn't we cheat when I was here? Like the line was
That was
good.
the only funny part. I liked
It was.
that, which kind of shows how like kind of shitty his set was.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Robert Kraft, like the
Oh,
line
buddy.
about Jimmy Garoppolo was good. That was a good line.
Yep.
I like that one. But
Yep.
everything else, it was just like, oh, it's same stuff. Oh, Tommy's the best. Bill's the best coach,
Yeah, I could have
blah,
done
blah,
without him.
blah.
I could have done without Kraft speaking.
Yeah, but obviously
Which like
he's gonna be
obviously
there.
What did you think of the because I'm pretty sure this was probably on the spot. Kevin Hart having Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick come up and do a shot together.
Oh
That
my
was
God.
interesting. Which like
That,
I will say though, if you look, I don't think Belichick fucks with Kraft.
No, he
if
definitely
you look
doesn't.
at him, he looks kind of like he'll do it because he's a good sport and all that stuff. But
Mhm.
like, I don't think he like really fucks with Robert Kraft.
Well, look at where they were sitting. Belichick, when he came out, after that, he was with all of his players and everything. Robert Kraft was completely off to the side.
Yep.
That wasn't by accident, folks. Just so you know, Robert Kraft, I think it's going to be similar, truthfully, Mike, to Belichick and Brady right after the breakup. It's going to take him a couple years. And then in a couple years, I think Belichick and Kraft will make up just like Brady and Belichick did. So I'm not too worried about that. But right now, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's still fresh. It's still new, which I understood.
Yeah.
And by the way, just because I'm remembering everything, obviously, from this roast,
mm-hmm.
the Johnny from Foxborough High jokes that they all threw in. Oh,
love it. Love it.
Buddy.
Yep.
Let me ask you, who is your favorite player that with their set?
I think if we're being honest, it's to me, it's got to be Edelman. I think Edelman went in really well. First of all, he started, and since we're here, what do you say? It was like, oh, Kevin, everyone's making short jokes about you, not me. I'm gonna make black jokes. The second he said that, I was like, let's fucking go.
I was
not,
like, wow.
Not because I just wanted to hear that, but I was like, holy shit. And he went in. He was making jokes. Like he went in on these things, on these jokes, which was hilarious. I was like, yo, this guy, like, holy shit. And it was funny. I was laughing the whole time. I loved when he went at Bill too, when he was like, oh, go run the fucking hill, blah, blah, blah. That was awesome. Yeah. Like, I liked him.
Go run the hill, Belichick. Like, go in. Oh, it was so good. So good. Belichick, by the way, speaking of Belichick, just because we're going all over the place.
Stars across the board.
The Tom Brady, his head is so far up Alex Guerrero's ass. That about that might be a top 2 line of the night. Forget the set. The whole night.
Dude, I jumped up. Like, if you ever see like these reaction videos when people react to video songs or whatever, they jump out of their seats. I jumped up. I was hooting and hollering. I was like, oh my God, because I just wasn't expecting it. Like I wasn't expecting that one. Like, and then of course he had the people wonder, is it Brady? Was it me? Was it Brady? Was it me? Well, it was both of us because of me. That got me. I was like, you motherfucker. I thought you were gonna be like good. Civil. That was good shit. What else? Telling Matt Light in the meeting. So he was like, thank God Matt Light's not near a microphone. He was the only player I would just say, Matt, shut the fuck up.
That was good.
That was funny.
You know who I wanted to see that didn't say anything? Rodney Harrison. I think Rodney would have been so good with that. I think he would have had.
Or Willie McGinnis, I think. I think they would have been good. But I think Rodney Harrison would have been better.
I agree, because Rodney's been on TV. I know Willie has too. But like Rodney, there's just something about Rodney and his personality.
Yeah, he does. Roast. He's on TV. Yeah.
So, I mean, and again, Willie was too. But at the same time, it's just.
Yeah, it's different.
Rodney, I feel like, would have been for this.
Speaking of someone who was on TV, actually, no. Say what you were going to say, because
who is the best non-athlete?
To me, I think this is another easy one, which I think everybody like what I've seen when I was perusing Twitter last night. Dude, my Twitter was Tom Brady and rat beef. It was beautiful. But what I was seeing with people saying Nikki Glazer killed it. I thought she killed it. I thought she did so good. So good.
She
like her jokes about Kevin Hart were awesome. All the little jokes at the end where she's like, Tom Brady, if you tell him he can't do something, he will do it better than anyone ever has. Or like, Tom Brady, I bet you can't make me come.
That was a good one. And then like saying like to my boyfriend, I love my boyfriend very much, but and then she just goes about how she would just like hook up with Brady and everying. It's like, wow.
She killed it. What about you? Which one did you think?
I think Glazer was good.
Yeah, she was good.
I liked the Tony guy that we were talking about. I thought he was great. Obviously, again, I know we talked about it, but headliner Kevin Hart again killed it.
Oh, he was kind of like the constant start, like the in between things, like his like little bickering with Gronk, who we'll get to Gronk in a second. Mm-hmm. But his kind of just like everything, like the whole Belichick stuff, where he's like, I didn't want to tell a joke, but I feel like I got to say it because I said I wasn't going to say it, but I'll say it. And he's like, you're not a piece of shit. You're big. You're a pile of shit. And like just kind of the shit he said about him. Yeah, I think Kevin Hart did really, really well, which I knew he would. I mean,
of course.
hosting things, that's what he does. But
didn't it feel like it was more at times a roast of Gronk as opposed to a roast of Brady?
So that's why I said we'll get to Gronk. I understand at times he looked annoyed when he was up there talking. You could tell he was kind of annoyed by it. And like, dude, you have to realize though, you're Rob Gronkowski. Other than Brady, you are the easiest person to pick on up there. Like even more so than Kevin Hart. Like, oh, you're big, dumb, stupid. You look like a monster. Like, just it's very easy. Although I did think a lot of it, like when Kevin Hart was yelling at him, like, no, just pour the big cup into the cup. And then what did she say? Nikki Glaser says something where she's like, "Oh, crypto money, that no real money."
Yeah, me no crypto, real money.
Me know that. No, yeah. Oh my god, dude, I was jumping up and down. I'm stepping on
posters. I think when Kevin Hart was saying, when Gronk was up there and Gronk was having trouble reading, he's like, "Sound it out, Gronk. Sound it out,
sound it out, dude." Yeah, but no, Gronk though, I will say, like, he did get it a lot. Other than Kevin Hart, I would probably say he got it the most, other than obviously like Brady and Kevin Hart, but yeah, I thought his set was just kind of, to me, exactly what I thought would be Gronk. Like, yeah, obviously, some written jokes don't mean anything. Like, they're all written for them for the most part. But like the joke about Brady's 1,300 inch long dick, that was weird. Not weird, but just like I was like, yeah, like I can tell that you freestyled that one, or that you wrote that one, because that was just like a Gronk joke where it's like, okay, yeah. I did like all the jokes towards Edelman where it's like, you love Tom so much, like you're just gonna go. Like, oh, the Kevin Hart stuff where like every time like when Julian Edelman made the jokes about, like draining balls and all that stuff, draining Brady's balls and all that, when Kevin Hart came up and he was like, God damn, you white people, you have some different humor. Edelman's up here saying, I'm gonna drain your balls, and Tom's going, let's go.
Every time, Kevin Hart. Every time.
Yeah, and then what's it? Because I think Gronk said something too, and then he came up and Kevin Hart was like, wow, there goes that white boy humor again.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is very true. For some reason, like, white guys very much joke about dicks with each other. It's a weird thing, and I don't know why. And as a white man, I'll say it happens. I don't understand why. Maybe it's some weird, I don't know, some inner thing that we all have. I don't know. But yeah, did you what'd you think of Gronk's his like overall existence on the show?
I mean, he was the second whipping boy, right? Exactly what we said. Second guy to get picked on the most. His set was exactly, I think you hit the nail on the head. It was exactly what we thought. He was going to be fast. He was going to be loud. He was going to be a little bit obnoxious at times, but he was going to have his spots where he was funny. I'm just surprised we didn't hear the laugh of, like that laugh.
I feel like we almost got it a couple of times.
We were very close to getting it.
We were close.
But again, I think Gronk was, it was good for him to be there. Nothing really memorable as far as his set is concerned. I think Edelman was way better.
Yeah, Edelman killed it.
Drew Bledsoe. Oh my God, Drew Bledsoe having to go first and just ripping everything. And he at the end when he's like, "Dude, will you just stay effing retired, please?
Yeah,
please, like for the love of everything."
His was good, man. I thought his was good. You want to know who I was very surprised and underwhelmed by? Surprised that he was there, Ben Affleck, and underwhelmed by it. Like that. I get it. And I know that, like, nerves and like, not even nerves, just like, you're you're telling jokes. If you're not a comedian, this is weird for you. But just and I love Ben Affleck, but I was like, I could have done without that. I don't know. Give more time to Belichick. I don't know.
Here's something else too. This is like a celebrity thing. Dave Portnoy was not invited to this thing, but John Feidelberg and Brianna LaPaglia both were there.
Dude,
I don't understand that. I just don't get that.
We can talk about this because Liam's
not here. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yes.
Yeah. What the fuck was with that? That was weird. But because like you would think, well, see, I guess if it was like something that the Patriots ran or something, he probably would have been there. But since it was like Comedy Central, like that type of thing. Like
they probably didn't want him on there because he's so problematic and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, even though they had Dana White. Oh, by the way, Dana White, bro, get out of here. Like
60 seconds, just getting mad.
If you're going to make like the whole like trans jokes, gender jokes and stuff, by all means do it. But like I said before, you got to be funny. bro, low hanging fruit. Low hanging fruit. My name is Dana. You people didn't like it. The trans, like, okay, dude, whatever. Like, move on, man. Like, if you're gonna make jokes, like, they just got to be fun. They just got to be creative. That's all it is. You can joke about anything. Like like Brady joking about 9/11. That was a creative joke. Whoever wrote that joke was really good. We talk about two jets flying into or tackling Drew Bledsoe. That was a good joke. But yeah, that's weird though. I think it would have been cool if Portnoy was there. Maybe if Portnoy ever does this evening of hate that he's talking about, maybe Brady will be invited to that or something. Yeah. Something along those lines. Peyton Manning was there. God, I sound like the people. Peyton Manning's here tonight, guys. How about that fucking forehead, huh?
You sure you weren't at the actual thing?
Dude, God, watching it, and it seems like you're watching like a parody of it, but that's actually how it is. Like, yeah, great crowd here tonight. Thank you guys very much. Julian Edelman is here tonight. He's not sucking off Tom Brady. Speaking of Tom Brady, how those balls doing? I'm just kidding, Tom. You're one of the best. You're one of the best. Speaking of one of the best, Gronk. Do you know where you are, Gronk? Like it's that kind of stuff. But
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Peyton Manning was. I thought Peyton Manning's was good, especially when he introduced Brady when he was like 3-time Super Bowl loser.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I got a pop. I laughed. Who? Actually, you know what? I did write a couple notes. First thing, I don't know why I wrote this, but I think I heard it a couple times. I'm sick of hearing a couple things. I'm sick of hearing "Man in the Arena." Don't need to hear that anymore. After the documentary about Brady, after like the intro thing, "Man in the Arena," get it. Don't need to hear it. Also, there's another one. Celebrities, by the way, you would think the way celebrities say the word fuck and fucking, it's like they have just been allowed to swear and they think it is the funniest thing. Right. And I don't know if that's how it is just when anyone like famous swears, but just here, it just seemed like everybody was like, yeah, fucking, and like, I don't know, like hearing all these people say the word, maybe it's just because you don't hear them say it that much, but I was like, oh my God, it's like these people just learned how to swear.
It kind of reminds me of, have you ever watched some Practical Jokers?
Yep.
So there was an episode where Sal Volcano was the big loser, and he's like, he had to pretend he was coming out of prison and like talk to like a group of senior citizens.
Yep.
And then the very last thing
I vaguely remember this. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last thing he says is, who needs a good old fashioned?
Yep.
And loud F-bomb. That's what it kind of like reminded me of. It's like they're just spewing it off, and it's like a hard F. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah. No, definitely a little strange. Edelman, by the way, we didn't even talk about like how he started it, saying it's nice to see all these Patriots players here. Next time we'll see them, it's probably at Kraft's funeral.
Yeah, that was, and then Kraft got him back by saying, Julian, you won't even be allowed to be at my funeral.
Wild way. That's how I knew we were off to the races at that point. I was like, here we go. A lot of Jew jokes, a lot of Jewish jokes. That was interesting.
A lot of Giselle jokes, a lot of jujitsu jokes.
Yeah. A lot more, I think probably more than I anticipated. Like I mentioned with the Giselle jokes, but yeah, I don't know, whatever. So how did you think Tom Brady did? I think that's kind of like the thing a lot of people want to know.
I think as far as him getting roasted is concerned, I think for the most part, he was fine. I think the Giselle stuff was starting to get to him a little bit.
Well, it did at the beginning with, what's his name? Jeff Ross said no. That was about Kraft.
That was Kraft.
Yeah. What'd you think of that?
Jeff Ross. I mean, so it came out today. Jeff Ross went on, I think it's the Rich Eisen show, and basically was like, yeah, that was just all staged. Like Brady we talked about it. We were fine with it. That's what the report is. But I mean, if that's the thing, like not your family, not your teammates, not your kids, nothing. It's about your owner. Mm-hmm. Like, all right, fine, whatever. But I think that the Giselle stuff at first was getting really uncomfortable for him. But then as the night wore on, puts more alcohol in the system. He kind of
I was just gonna say, as the tequila started to flow, which he said, I thought he sounded good, right, Brady? Though
he sounded really good. He delivered on a lot of his jokes too, to Peyton Manning, to Gronk, to Edelman, everyone.
Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez.
He was like, we had 3 jobs as our tight end: block, catch, and don't murder. I was like, ooh, that was a good one.
That was spicy,
Tom. Yeah, that was good. No, I thought it was. I liked when he went at Belichick, I thought that was good. That was always nice, just seeing them go back and forth. I will say I like the fact that they've made up, even though Brady and I haven't personally made up yet completely. I do like to see Belichick and Brady make up. Belichick, by the way, having the time of his life.
He
You could
is.
tell. You could
He
tell he was
is.
having great. But yeah, Brady though, I thought that was good. Not as cringeworthy as I thought, except like when he gets like animated and yells, I'm always like, dude, you just sound like a doofus.
Take it down a notch, Tom.
Yeah,
Just
like,
relax, buddy. You're doing great. You don't have to do too much. You're not talking in front of a crowd at Gillette Stadium or Raymond James Stadium. Like you can chill out. It's okay.
No, he is the one where like when he says any swear, like you can tell he probably wasn't allowed to swear as a kid, and he's getting them all out now. He's getting
He's
all
like,
the swears out now.
fudge, shiesty, like thinking of all these like random
Yep.
words. And now
Yep.
he's like, okay, F, shit. Like, oh
No,
man.
exactly. Yeah, no, that's exactly how it sounded. But no, I thought he did well. Yeah, overall, I don't think we're missing anyone. But overall, I thought it was good.
A
It's
lot better than
definitely
expected.
Oh yeah, especially for someone. I mean, you were more open to it than I was, but especially someone who had no real interest in like watching until they mentioned Belichick's name. Like it was definitely entertaining. I went into it to start. I don't like Jeff Ross, like the roast master. I've never liked him. I used to watch the Comedy Central roast when he would do it. I don't know why. Maybe he reminds me of someone from my childhood that I hate. I don't know, but I just didn't care for him. But pretty much everybody I heard, awesome. I thought it was good. I'd say if you do like Tom Brady, definitely watch it.
Very
Overall
long.
thoughts, yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. Just over 3 hours long. No reason for that. No reason.
They could have easily cut that to about 2:15 at the most. I think
You could have cut every comedian out of there, to be honest. Even Nikki Glazer, even though she was good, you could have cut them all out because none of them have any real connection to Brady. And that thing would have been a crisp 2 hours.
Yep.
Like even a little less.
Exactly.
Well, what I did want to ask though, because Kevin Hart did allude to the fact that they're going to do it again. For athletes, we'll say athletes that aren't playing or that might not be playing by the time it comes around again. Who would you want to be the next roastee on Netflix?
Oh, easy. LeBron James. Easy. You could have a field day with LeBron. Absolute
Do you think it'd be good though? Do you think it'd be good?
Oh, yes. Because you would just shit on him because there's no coaches that can handle him. He's like this big prima donna. You could make fun of the fact that he yelled at J.R. Smith in game 1 of the NBA Finals back in like 2019 or whatever, or not 2019, 2017 or 18, one of those years. Right? Yeah, I think it was 20. It was the year after Cleveland won it. So 2017. Like there's so many things you could get LeBron on, I feel like.
Yeah. No, I think he'd be a good one. One that I think would be good. I don't think he would do it. I just thought of this one. Kurt Schilling, I think would be a good one. Because he's kind of a shitty person, but I'm not that is not going to be my answer. My answer is going to be kind of easy. My answer is going to be Alex Rodriguez. I think he would be great. Right.
I think so too.
Like
and a lot of
I think having him with all the things like the steroid things, you have him with the like the trade that could have went to the Red Sox, the Derek Jeter drama, all that stuff. I think it'd be good. I think he'd be the one.
I think so too. An honorable mention, I think you'll agree with this one. Tiger Woods, that could be a good one too. With all of just like all the drama that went down, the accident and all the stuff in his marriage and stuff like that. So I think Tiger Woods could be a I'm
going to be very honest with you.
Tiger Woods.
You got to talk amongst yourself right now. I haven't heard a word you just said.
Okay, so are you good? Are we back, Mike? Are we good?
Dude, I have this new system and nothing is working anymore and I'm not sure why.
Good.
But what I will do is I will look at you and I'll say, are you ready to get out of here?
One more thing.
One more
quick thing. Elliot Wolf, probably going to be the GM. Fair to say?
Elliot Wolf should be the GM. You see how I read your goddamn lips for that? You see that?
I made sure to
Yeah.
enunciate for you.
You're a master with your lips. Weirdo.
That's
See, here we go again. White boy
said.
comedy. We're talking about
that is what she said so much.
No, I think Elliot Wolf is. I think he 100% should be the guy. I don't even think it should be. It should be like a question, right?
So I
can hear you. Let's go.
Okay, good. So the only reason I'm asking is because Tom Pelissero came out 10 minutes ago with this little tidbit. Bengals senior personal executive Trey Brown has declined a request to interview for the Patriots de facto GM position per source. And a lot of people within the NFL are thinking that Elliot Wolf's going to get the job. And honestly, Mike, with the offseason that he's had, especially with all the internal free agents and the draft so far, I think you and I can agree he should get the gig. Just give him the job. Interview your candidates and just say, look, it's Elliot's job. Like, he's going to get it. And then just move on. Keep it simple.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, you got to do your due diligence, whatever, kind of like kind of like people think that you should have done with Gerard Mayo. So just do it a little bit, reach out to some people. But dude, he's already built a pretty good team. We're all three of us, we'll speak for Liam too.
Yep.
We're all happy with the moves he's done. Sign him up, get him on, get him on, official labeled GM and just go from there. And I think you have a nice front office to move forward with Drake May for the next 5 years. And then, yeah, hopefully do that. But yeah, I think Elliot Wolf, it's not even a bold prediction. The next time we record, I think Elliot Wolf he'll be named the guy by the time.
I think so too.
So, but yeah, you got anything else? You got any rat beef you want to talk about? Or are we good?
Nah, Celtics prediction. What do you got? We did Bruins. Let's do Celtics. What do you got for a prediction? Second round against the Cavs.
I think they win I'm going to say they win in 5. I think that
Same.
I think that they're ready to go. Bruins, I think, are going to win in 7. I think this is going to be another shitty fucking series because Florida.
I agree.
Tough. But I do think that both the Bruins and the Celtics are moving on, hopefully. And then, yeah, hopefully the Red Sox, no idea what they're going to do. Hopefully the Patriots follow suit. But yeah, I think both our Boston teams move forward, and then one series went away, and then that's it. Then we're in the finals for both sports. But yeah, so for Al, I'm Mike. Liam's not here, so Stuck Rule Takes. We'll see you next week. Vote Elliot Wolf.
Well, Elliot Wolf.
See you later.